All right, so let's go over the work that you guys have been working on for the past few days here. Okay, so number 1, the function they gave you was f of x equals x squared plus 5. So then it asked you to find f of 2. So that means you're plugging 2 in for x. So you have 2 squared plus 5. Then you work out the 2 squared to get 4. Add the 5. So f of 2 is equal to 9. The next one, you're finding f of 3. So you're plugging 3 in for x. So then 3 squared plus 5. So 9 plus 5 is 14. This one is asking you to find f of a. So all you're doing for this one is you're just changing that x to an a. So your final answer is just a squared plus 5. Then you're finding f of h minus 1. So where the x is, you're replacing it with h minus 1. So it's h minus 1 squared plus 5. So you need to FOIL that h minus 1 squared, right? Because that means h minus 1 times h minus 1. So I did the FOILing over here. And then add that 5. So you end up with h squared minus 2h plus 6. Okay, for number 2, our function is f of y equals y squared plus y minus 6. So plugging in a 2 wherever there's a y. So it's 2 squared plus 2 minus 6. So 4 plus 2 minus 6 is 0. Then you're finding f of 0. So you have 0 squared plus 0 minus 6. So that is just negative 6. Here you've got f of negative 2. So negative 2 squared minus 2 minus 6. So negative 2 squared is positive 4. Minus 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Then the last one is asking you to find f of h squared minus f of 0. So I'm going to find f of h squared first. So it's h squared squared plus h squared minus 6. So f of h squared is h to the 4th plus h squared minus 6. So we have that. Now we're going to subtract what we got for f of 0, which is negative 6. So you're subtracting a negative 6. So that'll cancel those 2 6's out. And you get h to the 4th plus h squared. Okay, and number 3, you've got f of xy. Oh, there we go. Is equal to x squared plus y squared. So you have f of 2 and 3. So you plug the 2 in for an x and the 3 in for y. So you have 2 squared plus 3 squared, so 4 plus 9 is 13. Then you have negative 1 and 5. So you're plugging in negative 1 squared plus 5 squared. And you get 1 plus 25 and get a 26. And then 0 and 0 is just 0. Okay, so I forgot to work these out in my notebook. So you have... So when you're finding f of 30, you're just finding the sign at 30. Right? And then same at 90. Ideally, you should be using your unit circle for these to get nice, exact answers. Right, so sine of 30 is 1/2. Sine at 90 is 1. Sine at 0 is 0. And sine at 180 is, I think, 0. Doing this from memory, guys. Bear with me. Also, please ignore my cats fighting in the background. Yep, 0. Okay, so that's number 4. Alright, so a few of you specifically asked me to work out number 6. So your function is x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x minus 8. And you're finding f of y plus 2. So what that's going to look like is y plus 2 cubed plus 6 times y plus 2 squared plus 12 times y plus 2 minus 8. So you need to FOIL it and then cube it. So I'm going to FOIL it first. I'm just going to kind of sidebar over here, right? So y plus 2 times y plus 2 gives us y squared plus 4y plus 4. Okay, so that's going to become this. Right, and we can use this now because we already multiplied 2, so to cube it, we have to multiply another one. So, let's go ahead and do that. So, I'm going to multiply this y times all three of these. So, y squared times y is y cubed. 4y times y is 4y squared. 4 times y is 4y. Now I'm going to multiply all three of those yellow terms by 2. So then I'm going to get 2y squared and then 8y and 8. So then I'm going to combine my like terms together, which gives me a y cubed. 4y squared and 2y squared is 6y squared. 8y and 4y is 12y, and then that plus 8. So that's going to become this piece here. Okay, so now let's kind of plug all that in. So y cubed plus 6y squared plus 12y plus 8 plus 6 times that y squared plus 4y plus 4 we found from foiling. And then we have that plus 12 times y plus 2 minus 8. All right, I'm going to move. Try to make some more room here. Okay, so I'm going to bring down, actually, so now we need to distribute everything. So we're going to multiply 6 to all of those and 12 to those two. So you bringing down all that red stuff. Then you have a plus 6y squared plus 24y plus 24 Alright, give me just a second. I realize I said give me a second, as if you guys know I paused to move stuff around, but I needed more space. Okay, so then, oh, that shifted too. There we go. Alright, and then plus 12y, and then 12 times 2 is 24. And then minus 8. I messed up. I even worked this problem out beforehand so I wouldn't mess up. But I copied it down wrong. So that's a minus 6x. Which makes that a minus 6. And makes this a minus 6. Which will change this sign. And this sign and this sign. Those will all become negatives. Okay, now that we fixed my mistake, let's combine like terms. So there's only one y cubed. I'm going to kind of cross stuff out as I go. So let's look at y squared. So I have a positive 6y squared and a negative 6y squared. How convenient. Those cancel out. So then I have 12y minus 24y plus another 12y. So if you add the two 12s first, you get a positive 24 and a minus 24. Look at that. They cancel. So the 12, the negative 24, and the positive 12 cancel. You have a negative 24 and a positive 24. Those cancel. You have a positive 8 and a negative 8. Those cancel. So you did all that work to get an answer of y cubed. Wasn't that so fun? I'm sure you all are yelling in frustration right now, but that's okay. All right, and I think the next one you guys asked me to work out specifically was number 8. think I have that one done. Hang on. Okay, and here is number 7, all worked out. We'll talk through it. Nobody asked for me to work out this one specifically in the video. Right, so f of x was 2x cubed plus 6x squared plus 3x minus 1. So we're plugging in y minus 1. So we have a y minus 1 cubed, y minus 1 squared, and a 3 times y minus 1 minus 1. So just like before, I'm going to FOIL first and get that y minus 1 squared. And then I'm going to multiply that by a third y minus 1 to get my y minus 1 cubed. Then I plug those in. I'm going to multiply the cubed by 2, the squared by 6, and then my 3 and my 1. So then I distribute. So I get 2y cubed minus 6y squared plus 2y plus 2, then plus 6y squared minus 12y plus 6, and then plus 3y minus 3 minus 1. So then combining like terms, my 2y cubed comes down. I have a negative 6y squared, a positive 6y squared. Those cancel. Then I have positive 2 minus 12 is negative 10, plus 3 is negative 7y. And then I have 2 plus 6 is 8, minus 3 is 5, minus 1 is 4. So that's number 7. Okay, and here's number 8. You all did ask for this one to be worked out. I'm hoping this works. I'm going to talk through it just like I did number 7. And if you guys need further help with it, just email me and let me know. Right, so again, we've got an xy, so an x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y plus 7. So, a big long function to work with, but that's okay. So, the first part of number 8 asks you to find f of 2 and 3. So, you have 2 for x and 3 for y. So, 2 squared plus 3 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 4 times 3 plus 7. So, you work that out. So, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12 plus 7. Then combine that together to get a 28. Okay, in the second part, you have, so x is just going to stay in x, and the y is just going to become an x minus 1. Right, so x squared will stay x squared. Y squared becomes x minus 1 squared. 2x stays 2x. 4y becomes 4 times x minus 1, and that plus 7 stays on the end. So then, just like we did in 6 and 7, we have to FOIL this x minus 1, which becomes x squared minus 2x plus 1. Then you can combine your like terms together. Well, FOIL that, and then obviously distribute your 4 to your x and your 1. So you get x squared from here. The x squared minus 2x plus 1 comes from the FOILing step here. Bring down the minus 2x. 4 times x is plus 4x. 4 times negative 1 is minus 4. And then the plus 7 stays on the end. So then x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. The 2x, the negative 2x and negative 2x is a negative 4x, which cancels with this 4x. And then you have a 1. How did I get a 10? I see how I got the 10. I did. 1 and negative 4 is negative 3 plus 7. So that should be a positive 4, not a 10. My bad. I did 3 and 7 and got 10. I was going a little fast earlier. Okay, and then for the last part of number 8, so the x squared becomes x plus 1, or x's become x plus 1s, y's become y minus 1s. So your function is now x plus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared minus 2 times x plus 1 minus 4 times y minus 1 plus 7. So again, we're going to FOIL this and FOIL this. So FOILing here gives us x squared plus 2x plus 1. FOILing here gives us y squared minus 2y plus 1. Distribute that negative 2, gives you negative 2x minus 2. Distribute the 4, gives you a positive 4y minus 4, and then our plus 7 on the end. Combining like terms, so you have x squared and y squared that you can bring down. the positive 2x and this negative 2x canceled out. So then I looked at my 2y, or my y's next. So I have a negative 2y and a positive 4y. So that should be a plus 2y. Sorry, guys. And then I have a positive 1 minus 2, which is negative 1. Nope. So 1 plus 1, so 2 minus 2. So like those canceled out. So then I have negative 4 plus 7 to get a positive 3 as your final answer. Okay, hopefully you guys were able to follow that pretty well. And then the last part of this was our interval notation. Okay, so 11 should be negative 6 and 0 with brackets. 12, that's an open interval, so parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to write this as x is greater than or equal to 1, because that just helps me think about it easier. So then it's going to start at 1 and go to positive infinity, right? So that's saying x can be 1 and anything bigger. So it's going to go from 1 to infinity. Okay, and then looking at 4, you have negative 1.5 is less than x is less than 4.5. 15 is saying x has to be less than or equal to 5. And then x is less than, 8 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 10 is number 16. Okay, hopefully that cleared up any questions you guys have. From the messages I've gotten, I'm not sure how we're feeling about functions. And we really need to have a good grasp on how to work with and evaluate functions before we can move on to our next lesson on even and odd functions. So I'm going to give you guys another worksheet, or I'm going to give you a worksheet rather to do that will let you practice evaluating functions. Okay, please email me with specific questions if you have them. I'm more than happy to make you your own personalized video, and I will be back Monday, but I won't see you guys till Tuesday. And we will go over this, and I will answer as many questions as I can. All right, but please email me with specific questions so I can help you.